Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade is truly a celebration of Fantasyland. It features all of the classic Disney stories and characters from Peter Pan to Sleeping Beauty to Tangled and Brave, to name a few. What you're seeing here is our opening Swan Court couples.
Randy, a little fun fact about these costumes, there are no real feathers on our Swan Court costumes. All are handmade with sheer fabric. The female silhouette has a swan hugging her bodice, floating on water.
We can give them this applause. It's gorgeous. You saw a little sneak peek of some of the choreography there as well. A representation of a longship that resembles the Snuggly Duckling Tavern from the film. Rapunzel will be featured at the front of the float. She'll be joined by Flynn. And what's really cool about the swinging pendulums, they're on these giant weapons that will swing out over the float. And these are two of our swing thugs that I would not want to meet in a back alley.
There are 28 different fabrics on each costume. Our thug, Randy, the ribbons on her dress are all different colors for each maiden. The flowers are handmade out of the ribbons. If you look closely, you might see a drop of dew.
I have to say, I love cased up atop this giant clamshell. She'll be joined by Flounder and, of course, Sebastian, and, of course, many of her sea creature friends, one of them being our lionfish.
Randy, the lionfish costume is created with all custom printed fabrics. All these vibrant colors that you see were designed by Morena and printed by our creative costuming team.
Our lionfish, and another surprise around the corner after Seashell Girl. But again, I just love the playfulness and just the wonderful energy that's part of this costume.
Lots of energy in this costume, lots of fabric. There are over 30 yards of fabric in this costume alone. Her conch shell headpiece was actually grown in the 3D printer.
Kick out of playing with the seahorse on the parade route.
Randy, it was really a challenge to make a costume with moving parts. We're soft goods people, and it was a fun challenge. As you can see, they rotate 360 degrees.
It actually rocks forward and back. On the anchor will be Captain Hook. On the front of the float, in front of Skull.
The boys have patches. Just looks like they threw their looks together in Neverland.
Yeah, I have to say, when we first sat down to talk about, I kid you not, ladies and gentlemen, the choreography for this unit and the costumes, I know is going to knock people's Mickey ears off on Main Street. It's just really fun.
I agree, Randy. The choreography is amazing. These costumes are inspired by the Green Hills of Scotland. There are actually 4 different clans of plaid.
We are going to now transition into all things Sleeping Beauty unit. And what you're seeing here is one of our thorn stilt walkers.
He's pretty menacing, if I do say so myself. However, the costume is not. All the thorn bramble that you see is foam covered in fabric. All of those thorns are hand sculpted, hand painted, and airbrushed.
How can the float extend out onto the street? And what's so cool is that Prince Philip will be out there battling and fighting the good fight to save his true love.
Challenge for us at Creative, trying to figure out how to integrate moving parts with soft goods. These fabrics are once again custom printed, and much like the seashell conch headpiece, his beak was also grown in a 3D printer, also developed here at Walt Disney World.
I love these costumes. I just love them so very much. Just, they are wicked. Check out the wingspan. What did you say, 15?
12
feet.
12-foot
Just
wingspan.
amazing. All of those iconic characters that will burst out onto the parade route in the Magic Kingdom. One of our dancers here is our Bubbles girl.
Randy, the bubble bow is about 3 feet by 5 feet. 22 rainbow bubbles are in there, but it still weighs less than 5 pounds.
One question, is the hair edible? From Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Alice, Mad Hatter, White Rabbit, Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket, and of course, many of our VIP characters, as we refer to them, Mickey and Minnie, and we'll have Goofy and Chip and Dale, Pluto, Donald, and Daisy, all in brand new overdressings.
I'll let you know this skirt is, of course, inspired by a circus tent. The top of her costume inspired by Pinocchio, which will be along with her. That wig I want to bring your attention to has 148 yards of horsehair.
Cast of Disney Festival of Fantasy Parade.